this particular verse in the Bhagavad Gita says a particular statement, and that is, when a body dies, the soul is not killed, and the soul cannot be slain, nor can it cause to slay. Now, the moment we read this verse, the first thing that crosses our mind is, then is it okay to kill a human being? Is it right to kill the body? Now, for this, there is always a little bit of misinterpretation of understanding old ancient texts that we normally do. Now here, there is an interesting story that my dad told me when I was a kid about how important it is to understand the meaning of every single word. Now there was an army general who wanted to pass a message on to his subordinates about a particular individual. And the message that he had envisioned in his mind was, kill him not, leave him. But when he typed the message, it became kill him, not leave him. So here you see that a little comma makes a giant difference in understanding the meaning of a sentence. So just think how much of a difference is it going to make if we misunderstand or misinterpret the whole sentence. And that is the main cause of this particular verse to be misinterpreted. Here Krishna speaks on the context of a battlefield. And Krishna does not ask everyone, common people like you and me, to take up our particular weapon and go and kill an individual. He said that to Arjuna in particular, since Arjuna was a warrior and his duty was to fight such a war. Similarly, in our lives, we too have our duties. And if, for example, if you are a corporate employee and you need to fire somebody, don't let your emotions get in the way and think that whether this person is also a normal human being, he too or she too has a family, would it be right to fire them? Krishna is not asking you to do that. If a person doesn't deserve to be working there, then it is your duty as an employee to fire that particular person. And in Arjuna's case, it is the battlefield and wanting to kill the Kauravas because they deserved to die. Now I'm going to tell you a small story on what is deserving really mean. Then I leave it up to you to decide whether a person deserves to live or whether a person deserves to die. This is the story of a marathon, and two runners were leading the remaining participants by a long stretch. In this, as they were nearing the finish line, the first runner accidentally took the wrong turn, and this made the second runner a wonderful chance to finish the race and win. Now the second runner, as he neared the finish line, he stopped and waited for this first runner to correct his mistake and come back to the finish line. And he let the first runner win. Now here, we can say that the second runner showed a tremendous sign of sportsmanship. And why? Because the first runner was leading throughout the marathon. And since he was leading throughout the marathon, it was one silly mistake that caused a silly turn. And hence, he was the rightful winner of the marathon and he deserved to win. The second runner understood that and he let this first runner win. And this sign of sportsmanship is what Krishna is asking us to imbibe in our own lives. It is based on our individual context, and the Bhagavad Gita in this context talks about the battlefield. Much like I said for a corporate story, or much for a student story, whatever our respective field is, this sportsmanship on who deserves to be on the right side and who deserves to be on the wrong side must be implemented by us without any emotions whatsoever. Now for some, the battlefield may be a negative story, but this marathon is a positive story on when someone deserves good. Whether it is good or bad, when someone deserves it, it is better to just give it to them. That is what Krishna is trying to make us think through this verse. Now don't you forget, guys, it will always lead the way, and all you have to do is free your mind. And that's it for this episode, and as always, thank you for watching.